Yes.
But we're going to start off with our gaming news today, and we've got one starting out with the System Shock Remaster being delayed.
Yeah,
Have you heard?
Wasn't this... excuse me, wasn't this crowdfunded at some point?
Yes, this was a Kickstarted program to ask the studio Night Dive Studios to create a remaster of System Shock. Now, I didn't really have a PC growing up, so I never had a chance to play the original System Shock, but I was very interested and intrigued because people talk about that being one of the best old school like shooters.
It's like super... it's inspired a lot by HAL 9000 from...
Yeah, I know, with like the female screen.
But it's like it has a lot to do with AI, and it's a pretty good game.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to come out.
I wouldn't say that it aged well, which is probably why.
Well,
it's
this is probably why people
happened.
want this remaster. But apparently, it was supposed to come out this year on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. But apparently, from updates from the team say otherwise. It's been delayed. Apparently, again, I didn't even know it was delayed the first time. Mm-hmm. But apparently, this is either the second or third time it's been delayed. A lot of the time, a lot of the creators, especially including the CEO of Night Dive Studios, Stephen Kick, is saying that he's taken responsibility for the change of direction, and he's decided the team needs to go on hiatus to reassess the vision of this game because it apparently really deviated from what they originally intended to where they were at now.
Yeah.
They actually quoted were saying, maybe we were a little too successful here. Maybe we lost our focus. The vision began to change. We moved from a remaster to a completely new game. We shifted engines from Unity to Unreal, and a choice that we don't regret, and one that was worked out for us. With the Switch, we began envisioning doing more, but straying from the core concepts of the original title. I mean, at least somebody's...
So it sounds like they started to make some kind of spiritual successor or possibly a System Shock 3.
Yeah, like something that actually never really was meant... It didn't come out as a remaster. Yeah. They started changing, I guess, a little too much, and they're like, this isn't System Shock anymore. I mean, I understand at least they're giving an update.
I don't feel like he said it wasn't System Shock. I feel like he said it's not System Shock 1 and 2, which is what they said on the remaster.
Yeah, I mean, but it says he quoted him saying we moved from a remaster to almost a completely new game.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that they moved away from the System Shock IP. That's why I felt like it's either a spiritual successor or a sequel.
I mean, do you think that this is going to become a problem in the future? You think this is something that they could possibly correct? I'm not too familiar with a lot of Night Dive Studios work.
Yeah, I'm not really either.
I'm trying to see what they...
I mean, I think this is something that happens with Kickstarter campaigns. In general, you got to think about the vast majority of Kickstarter games that have come out have not been good or are not exactly what they intended to be.
Yeah, has a Kickstarter game come out that's really been like blown people away?
I don't know about blowing. I would say yes. Some of the stuff that Double Fine has done was good, like Broken Age.
Okay, I didn't play that title.
Well, it's not your kind of game. It's not really my kind of game either. But it's Tim Schafer, and Tim Schafer makes good games.
Yeah, that's true. I'm wondering what the Kickstarter made. Go ahead and keep.
I want to say like 1.3 million.
Yeah, wow, you got that right on the money there. $1.3 million was raised to get this System Shock remake.
Yeah,
and has over 21,000 backers.
Yeah,
almost 22,000, and it's. I guess if it's being delayed again, I mean, it's not like they weren't working on it. At least from what the sounds of it comes off as.
Which is sometimes what happens with Kickstarters. They realize that the goal of money that they raised is not enough.
This doesn't seem to be. This doesn't sound like it's coming off as an issue where a financial where they're going to be like, we need more money.
Yeah.
It just seems like they were. But I mean, that is a lot of wasted resources if they think that they kind of strayed a little too far from what they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not the greatest news, but at least someone's coming forward. I hate when these Kickstarters come out, like, going back to, like, Mighty No. 9. Yeah. When Mighty No. 9 was, we were, like, hearing that there were possible issues with it, and then a month before it came out, they were like, we're going to delay it another couple months.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, there's something wrong
something
here.
fishy.
And then when they first images of it, it just didn't look anything like what they had been promised.
For me, there's 2 games that are hinging on whether I will support the idea of crowdfunding just in general.
Was it Shenmue and Bloodstained? It's those two?
Yeah. I would assume that Bloodstained is probably going to be at least a serviceable game.
Well, if anyone who doesn't know, what is Bloodstained?
Bloodstained is Igarashi, the guy that made the Castlevania series famous and came up with most of the gameplay elements that are staples from, Symphony of the Night on. Decided to make his own game in that sense, like a spiritual successor.
It seems very much so like Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. And it looks pretty fucking amazing.
The artwork in it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and I think that they're putting the correct amount of effort into the game, and they're managing themselves well, which is something that I think Keiji Inafune did not do. He didn't manage himself well.
Yeah, I mean, how long has Bloodstained been in development now? Because I remember a long time ago that I
think we started covering Bloodstained in our first season.
So I'm thinking at least 2 years that has been in development, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
Because we went on that hiatus for a little bit.
I'd say 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And normally a game development cycle is anywhere from 5 to 10 years.
For anybody listening, if it's any frame of reference, I crowdfunded it and wanted my copy for the Wii U, which I still want it for the Wii U because that'd be a rare version. But no, I believe they canceled the Wii U version and went strictly to the Switch and all the other consoles. The weirdest part about that Bloodstained was I never was given an email to pick what system I wanted. I still never got that option. So I don't know what happened there.
They do. If you go onto their Kickstarter page and you respond to them, or you send them a message
and say, "Hey,"
they do respond.
Okay, well then maybe that's what I need to do because is that planned for this year or early next year? I thought I heard something that
I thought it was a 2019, anyways.
Oh.
So is Shenmue, which I don't see
Shenmue.
I don't see 2019 happening.
That would be very ambitious for them to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's these Kickstarters you have faith in some of them, and then there was the one game you might know it, the one game that has the highest Kickstarter campaign of any game. It's like Star or something.
Star. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Fuck.
Highest Kickstarter video game ever. It's this giant star game, this space battle game or something like that. I wish I could find it because I can't remember the name of the title because I'd like to at least have some knowledge here.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking I was going to talk about this title, but there's a bunch of other titles. Yooka-Laylee was another one that kind of... Apparently, from what I heard, is the Switch version fixed up a lot of the issues that...
The Yooka-Laylee had?
Yeah.
See, the problems with Yooka-Laylee weren't entirely performance-based. They had a lot of problems with level design as well.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, I thought a lot of people had a big issue with Yooka-Laylee and its camera and its gameplay was just awkward.
Yeah.
But maybe it's level. I don't know. I never played Yooka-Laylee. I'd still like to maybe pick it up on the Switch because I heard is the best version.
That's also what I've heard. But from what I've heard about Yooka-Laylee is that there's one level that's exceptionally well designed, and then all the other levels. I don't know how many other levels there are. It's 6 or something like that. They just feel like they're very lazily
tacked on.
Yeah, they feel like they're very lazily designed.
By the way, the game I was thinking of is called Star Citizen.
That's right, Star Citizen.
Star Citizen has just a ridiculous campaign of $2 million, $2,134,374. That's a fuckload of money.
No, that's not the most. 2 million or 21 million?
This is 2 million. This is 2 million?
Didn't Shenmue make like 8 million?
I don't know. I thought that they keep saying Star Citizen. Oh, wait. By August, the game has raised 50 million.
50.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why it's so big.
Yeah.
My bad. I was looking at the Star Citizen's page, and it said $2 million some dollars. But I guess since this game has been in development since 2014, August, this game has raised 50 million before finally doubling that before the end of this year. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money into a game that no one has even
heard of or seen.
Yeah. So, but, closing out this segment, it's like, yeah, I mean, I really hope that this System Shock does not fall into the typical
development
trope.
hell of Kickstarter.
That's if this. I keep saying if this game fails, I still say if Shenmue is a flop and is a terrible game, I'm pretty much done with Kickstarters.
Yeah,
because that's not a game that needed to be kickstarted. Because Sony released that at their thing, saying, "Hey, we're putting a bunch of money. If we get so much, we'll start putting money into it." And it's like, I don't like that. Yeah. And I think if Shenmue is the one that is the end all for me, I think that if it doesn't do well, I'm done with Kickstarter campaigns. At least for video games.
I haven't donated to anything from Kickstarter since Shenmue 3 either.
Did you promote the Mighty No. 9 Kickstarter? Or did you just buy the game whenever it came out?
I bought the game when it came out.
Okay.
But that was a mistake even.
Yeah, Mighty No. 9 is such a it's not the worst game, it is just so bland that it is it's so uninspiring.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing terribly ineptly wrong with it. It's just boring and just badly designed.
What really fucking pisses me off about Mighty No. 9 is that the other idea that he had, the Red Ash, which would have been Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
Very Mega Man Legends like. They also did an animated feature film that's like, I don't know, it's like 37 minutes long or something like that.
I remember you talking about this Red Ash.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. The animated film is great. The story is great. Why didn't he fucking make that instead of Mighty No. 9?
I don't know.
Like, and what it is it's
I'm sure he probably thought that Mighty No. 9 was a lot more commercially a good idea than
Dude, it goes
Red
back
Ash.
to this, like, nostalgia obsession with the original Mega Man. The original Mega Man fucking sucked. I don't care what anybody says.
It's not that good. I completely disagree with you on that.
It's not as good as people say it is.
I completely disagree.
No, Mega Man X fucking made that series completely a million times better. The original Mega Man was a good game for its time.
But even Mighty No. 9 still kind of plays off of Mega Man X.
Not really.
Kind of.
It plays off of Mega Man 8 more than anything. But
yeah, but still. I just kind of I know you don't really give a shit about the original Mega Man, but I do. I like the original
I understand it and appreciate it for its cultural importance and what it's done and how it enabled other series of Mega Man, Zero and X, and none of that stuff would have existed. But Mega Man, the time period for Mega Man and that type of gameplay to be relevant is gone. It's gone. People don't play games like that anymore. It just it fucking sucked, and that was the wrong. He should have made Red Ash first.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but I'm just disagreeing with him.
And that's, dude, the reason why Mighty No. 9 sucks is because it's exactly what Mega Man would be if it was made today. Bland, the idea, there's not much behind the idea, there's not much behind the gameplay. It's just hard. And it's not even, that game's not even really hard, but
no, I was gonna say,
that's the whole thing about Mega Man is that like it was challenging and it was very interesting and cool for the time. But it's so simplistic. Think about how simplistic Mega Man is, the concept of Mega Man.
Well, it's like the same thing with Mario. Mario's simplistic.
Exactly. And I don't fucking buy Mario games. Like Mario Odyssey is the only Mario game I've been interested in since
I'm talking
64.
about any side-scrolling Mario game.
Yeah, but
they're all great. Maybe except Mario Brothers 2. Not Mario Brothers 2, but I mean like the 3DS the new Super Mario Brothers 2 I was like, okay, this game kind of is real generic and by the bones. Do you got anything else you want to say about shit talking on Mega Man?
No. I'm done. This isn't an angry trade episode. We gotta move on.
Okay.